So at lastly or eventually we require feedback from the audience or receiver. Without feedback we cannot understand if we have forwarded any information or knowledge it got by the audience. Let's see another tip. Overcome physical barriers, noise, distance, physical discomfort, environmental conditions, etc. Create barriers to communication. The receiver may not be able to hear and understand the speaker due to these reasons. Hence, it is important to choose the right space and setting for communication. This is very important. There are physical barriers such as noise. It can be distracted to the audience. Second one is distance, physical discomfort. If there is no proper sitting arrangement, then the audience will not comfort at the position. Again, environmental conditions, etc. Create barriers to communication. The receiver may not be able to hear and understand the speaker due to these reasons. Hence, it is important to choose the right space and setting for communication. This is very important part of communication. If the last or backbencher student cannot get anything else, if students are sitting approximately 70 to 80 students, it is impossible to listen, or if it is a pin drop silence is there, definitely the last student can be understand. If there is noisy atmosphere in the classroom situation, the last student would not get anything else from the teacher or from the senders or the speaker. Now we have moved another page, that is, it is important to develop interpersonal skills and positions, psychological attitude to maximize the effect of your communication. It is important to develop interpersonal skills, your own skill, and a positive psychological attitude. This is very important. If you are psychologically blocked, your mind has been blocked with your psyche, then you are unable to forward your message, or you cannot present yourself in effective mode. Let's see. Fear, anxiety, shyness, complexes, personal prejudices, stress, lack of self-confidence. Fear, if you have fear, there is a number of audience, it is a big audience, mass. Anxiety, shyness, or you are less confident, it shows you cannot present properly in front of the audience, you cannot forward your message an effective way, it is ineffectively. Impaired communication, that is the barriers to communication. Let's see. Socio-cultural barriers also influence interpersonal relationships and communication. We have different social cultural backgrounds, we have different family backgrounds, we have different cultures, we have different regions, states, and so on and so forth. It reflects in communication, it reflects in through your communication, it is your approach. So it is a duty of the communicator or the speaker to understand the context, and according to the context and socio-cultural background, you can change your tone of your language. Caste divides, cross-culture differences, socio-culture codes, and conducts to be an effective communicator. So the communicator should be not make any discrimination on the basis of caste, religion, language, and so on and so forth. If it is a prejudice-minded speaker will be deliver his or her speech, it will be not an effective. So your mind should be broad, you should understand socio-culture context. Let's see next tip. In the professional sphere, it is important to ensure that the flow of communication within an organization is not impeded by the ineffective management or organizational hierarchies. So in institute, in college, in offices, it will be higher authority will forward his or her passage to secondary, third, and last. So this is ascending and descending order, or upward and downward communication, but it is an effective communication if the manager, if the leader is an impressive personality, he has well known to the communication skill, then he will do very well. Let's see. Finally, it is also important to accept that communications happen often. Even the best communicators fail at time to send out clear, purposeful, and meaningful messages. This is very important. Whatever you have set a goal to deliver your speech, to forward your message, forward your information, it should be reached at the last person. One must able to accept this reality and possibility and constantly work at one's communication skills. If a miscommunication occurs despite your efforts, you all ways to minimize the damage and manage the negative impacts. So you can change your track, you can use your way in different manner, in different contexts, different social culture backgrounds. So it will get successful speaker as well as communicator. You would be an effective communicator among your colleagues. It requires to understand the context of the receivers. What could be understood by the receivers or students or audience? That kind of language you will use in your speech or in your communication. It is all about the non-verbal communication as well as communication. So I hope so you have got more information regarding effective communication as well as non-verbal communication and verbal communication will use in an effective manner in communication skill. So we will see another most important point in next video. Thank you so much.